Hi there, my name is Leslie Green. I'm the Director of Education for Hanger Clinic.
And I'm Krisiti, Atha. I'm the Regional Sales Manager at Hanger Clinic for the Four Corners area.
Krisiti, I think this is going to be an incredible conversation. You and I have had this conversation for many, many years, but never formally like this.
This is true.
And I know that oftentimes people ask me why I got into prosthetics. Well, as a bilateral below-the-knee amputee, it's a rather obvious track for me.
Mm-hmm.
And when people tell me that I'm inspiring because I wear prosthetics, I just laugh and say, nothing in my life has changed. This is a natural transition. It's natural that I be in this field. But then I see inspiring people like you. And let me explain why you're inspiring to me. Because of all the things you could choose to do, to come alongside of individuals who have limb loss and limb difference, and to decide to devote your energies and your skills and your talents to that, to me, that's inspiring, because you could do anything with it, and you choose to be with us. I mean, you've done many things. You've worked in politics, you've worked in healthcare, in other areas, and now to transition into this. So I have to ask you, what on earth drew you to prosthetics?
Well, first of all, thank you. That's very kind and humbling.
And honest of me.
Yes, I have had a very strange path that has led me here, as you mentioned. It was kind of just a fluke that I ended up in the field and have just fallen in love with it since I've been here. And really the reason why is because it's amazing to me to watch people who don't want to be patients of ours. Nobody wants to be one of our patients, whether it's orthotics or prosthetics. So they come to us at a very vulnerable time in their lives. And I have seen the warmth and compassion of our clinicians, of the people in our offices, taking care of these patients and returning them to whatever their former level of activity was. And how impactful that is to the families and to the patients themselves. And that is what keeps me in this field. It's just a very rewarding field to watch people like yourself who come into our clinics and then can go on and live their lives just like the rest of us.
And you are a huge proponent of education. And I've watched you work your full-time position and then in your own time dedicate days and weeks to developing content and programs for people to learn and grow forward with. Talk a little bit about why you chose to add that into your role.
Because that's the part that is fulfilling. I think that any patient is able to go to anywhere that they choose and get a device, whether it's a ankle foot orthosis or a prosthesis, and then hopefully they figure out how to use it. I think the part that is more important than anything else is that education and that support to learn how to live successfully with their new reality. And that's the part that I think is often overlooked. It's not something that's reimbursable. So it isn't the driving force for companies, but it is the heart of a company. And I think it's important that we do that for our patients. And I'm just fortunate that I work for a company that allows me to do that.
That's beautifully said. It really is. We had an opportunity to be together during one of your in-person events. And the conversation revolved around community. And I have to tell you that when I work with individuals who have limb difference and limb loss, they tend to have a small view of what it means to be the limb loss, limb difference community. And having worked with you and worked with Hanger now for many years, I've come to see it as a very inclusive and expansive community. That the individuals who have the limb difference and the limb loss are a tiny part of who makes that up. And as I work with people in Hanger, and as I work with surgeons and physical therapists and all of the people that allow me to return to life, my view of community and the limb loss and amputee community has expanded to include each and every one of you. And that's just the richness, to know that I don't have to only consider my inspiration from others in my condition, but again, to see it in those people who support me, who you walk alongside of me. There are times that in the community you walk ahead of me and make things possible for me, like this conference. And then you'll walk behind me at times and let me lead. And to me, that really is what makes it a dynamic relationship. So thank you for everything you do for the patients you know and the many that you touch every day that you may never meet in person.
You're going to make me cry, but thank you. Thank you for letting me do those things too, and making this journey for me be very meaningful and purposeful in my life.
Yeah.